This is Hayden from S8CTV. Today I'm very lucky to be joined for the first time by Carrigan. John, how are you doing today?
Nice to meet you. I'm doing good, yeah. First push conference out the way, so we're getting there slowly, you know what I mean?
Definitely. So obviously, you turned over just in May time, just at the Taylor Instrument card. Making your pro debut on this massive card here in Glasgow. How did turn professional sort of come about for yourself?
Listen, I've always wanted to turn pro early, you know what I mean? And after I won the Worlds as amateur, I thought there's no better time now, you know what I mean? Like, the hype's about me, you know what I mean? So I boxed in the Nationals, and then I turned straight over, to be honest. And I've always wanted to turn pro, so you know what I mean? Digging better things, really, innit?
Obviously, reflecting on your amateur career, like I said there, you got the Worlds, 9-time national, I think, 2-time European. Sort of overall, talk about your amateur career. What other accolades did you achieve? How did you evaluate your amateur career?
Listen, obviously, I had my first fight when I was 10. I was in the gym when I was 6. You know what I mean? So obviously, I probably deserve it. I'm never ever out the gym, but I won 9 national titles. I won 2 European titles, and I've won most of the box cup. I won best boxer in Carrigan. I won the Worlds, as I just said, and I've been away with England, like I've been to Germany, I've been to, just about everywhere, and I've always come out on top, to be honest, so thank God.
One thing you sort of alluded to on the stage there, was obviously, or Dev was saying that statement, you're arguably one of the best amateurs in the world right now. That decision to turn pro right now, where did that sort of come from?
Listen, it was always in my head to turn pro, when I first started boxing, it was always to turn pro, right, but I got in touch, my manager got in touch with me, Shelley Finkel. He's probably one of the best managers you can probably talk about, to be honest. So he was talking to me, I was talking to my coach, John, and everything sounded right, everything sounded perfect. So I thought, why not? I've got the hype around me, so.
With signing with Frank Warren, has there been sort of like a plan laid out for you for the next year or so? How many times would you say you'd like to be active?
Listen, I want to be active as much as possible. Obviously, since I've turned pro, I have been off the scene a little bit, obviously, but I wanted to do that, to be honest. Just stay in the gym, get used to sparring with some decent pros, slow myself down. Obviously, not slow down too much. I want to keep my style, but slow down a bit, start punching a little bit harder. You know what I mean? So, hopefully get this out of the way the 4th of October, and then hopefully get the next one lined up straight away, to be honest, to try and get as most as I can.
So with that time, transitioning from amateur to professional, I think you turned pro about 4 months ago now. How's that sort of been training? Has anything sort of been different? Training more suited to the pro style, or not really?
Listen, in my head, I've always boxed like a pro, you know what I mean? Like, when I used to box from 2-minute rounds, I thought I used to fly by. Now, obviously, I box 3-minute rounds, that was better, but now I can do 4, 6, 8 rounds, you know what I mean, hopefully. So I can start, look a bit better, you know what I mean? Don't have to rush shots and hopefully get people out there, to be honest.
For people who maybe haven't seen you fight before, what can they expect on October the 4th?
Listen, I've got a bit of everything. I can box, hit and move, I can be fair, even though the coach might not like it, but I can have a fight, you know what I mean? I can stand there and dug out. If you want to dug it out, I can dug it out, but I'm slick, I can get out of the way, you know what I mean? So I can go a bit of everything.
Definitely. John, last one from me. You got a message to anybody that might be watching this, any of your fans, or maybe thinking about making the trip to Glasgow on October 4th? Message to any of your fans?
Listen, I'd love to see more fans, the better for me, but if you're not there, you know what I mean, you're missing out. So I've got to say, you're missing out if you're not there.
Definitely. John, thank you very much for your time, mate. Best of luck on the 4th.